Hi, my name is Terrie Hayward with Positive Animal Wellness, and I'm a professional behavior consultant and trainer. And today I have Blue here with me, and we are going to be talking about paw handling, eventually leading to nail care. So Blue and I worked a little bit earlier on settling on a mat. We'll link that video below. And we also worked on some targeting, so we're employing those skills as we move towards our paw handling. So what I'm going to do with Blue is I'm just going to see how comfortable he is with paw handling, because Blue and I actually just met today. He's a friend of mine's dog. So I'm going to mark and reinforce something I like, which is he lying down calmly on the mat. And then I'm just going to touch his paw gently, and he tolerated that really nicely. So I'm going to mark and reinforce that. As he's eating, again, I just running my hand from his shoulder down his paw to see if he's comfortable with that. I'm going to go ahead again and just touch his paw. He bopped me a little bit with his nose, so I'm going to move back to an easier. First, I'm going to do a hand target, so he's busy over here eating his treat, and then I can come over here and just gently touch his paw. So we've already demonstrated to you the first couple of things that we want to work on with paw handling. One is start early and start gentle. We want to start with a puppy feeling comfortable with all over body handling and associating that with good things. So we're using positive reinforcement, which means that we're reinforcing any behavior we like. So I'm reinforcing that he's choosing to lay down on the mat. I'm reinforcing boop, boop, his nice eye contact. I'm giving him a treat, and then I'm touching his paw gently. He's not pulling his hand away at all. So we're just creating a positive association with this interaction. The next two steps are that we want to introduce our grinder or our clippers slowly, and we want to keep sessions short and calm. So we're going to introduce Blue to the grinder. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show it to him, and I'm going to mark and reinforce that he's choosing to lay there calmly. Because a minute ago the wind caught it and it started rolling away, which admittedly is exciting, and he thought it was going to be a fun toy to put in his mouth. So we're just reinforcing me touching it, me holding it, and him choosing to just be calm around it. I also turned it on and off inadvertently, because that would probably be a step that I would do later, but I was just reinforcing the sound not being problematic for him. At the beginning, you want to practice turning the sound on at a distance, and then I'm reinforcing that he did not react to that noise. So you want to introduce things slowly and calmly. I'm also going to try holding his paw. He's touching the grinder, that's fine, it's off. I'm reinforcing that. And then I'm going to see again about, oh, he moved his paw away, no problem. So we'll just make it easier. Touch his shoulder, mark and reinforce. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can touch his paw, and maybe I can hold the grinder at the same time. I'm now going to move from my clicker to a verbal marker because I only have two hands. So I'm going to touch his paw. Yes. So I moved from my clicker to using a verbal marker because I need my two hands. Yes. Because I'm going to touch his paw with one hand and I'm holding the grinder with the other. If he starts to try to bite my hand, I'm just going to stop that. And if he's already learned something else, like target behavior, which we worked on earlier, he's still chewing, then we can offer that. Yes. I mark and reinforce. So while he's eating his treat, I'm going to just touch his paw, just move the grinder near him. I meant to mark that. We'll just do it again. Yes. First I'm marking something I like, which is that he's just settled down nicely on the mat. And I'm touching his paw. Yes. And the grinder is off, but that's my first step towards getting the grinder near his paw. So I'm just marking something I like. I'm putting the treat over here on this side. I'm just touching his paw. Yes. With the grinder and marking and reinforcing that he's tolerating that calmly. Note, if he had an adverse reaction to that, he pulled his paw away, he started biting, I would not, yes, continue to move forward. I would back up a step and make it easier. You always want to make it easier to set the dog up for success. Thanks so much for watching.